Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Lazareth, starring, I believe that's Ashley Judd, as a mom who helps her kids survive the apocalypse, but then a boy shows up and ruins everything. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 14, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Ashley Judd looks like she's had a lot of work. She looks weird. She doesn't... I don't know what's going on with her face, but it's like part of her face is young and part of... I know, Joan. It's disturbing. What do you want? You want to look closely at Ashley Judd? I don't think you do. But this is a sci-fi thriller. Oh, the thrills, the chills of a post-apocalyptic world. What happened? They don't tell you. Does it really matter? No, because the focus is solely on young girls. Oh, my young girls had never been to the big city. They don't know things. But then a boy comes. Oh, no, the boy. And then they'll fall in love, and then I'll hate it. Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much write this thing. This is like, it's either working out your daddy issues or working out your mommy issues. You know, young woman, oh, I've never been to the big city. I don't know what it's like. Oh, this boy, he's so handsome. Let's see. Written and directed by Alex Tibaldi. It doesn't look poorly produced. I mean, executive producer, oh, Ashley Judd is one of the executive producers. But it feels a lot like, you know, The Hunger Games and Divergent, if you remember that series, and The Maze Runner. It's young people. Oh, young people, forbidden love. Set the backdrop of a dystopia future. Yeah, and the dystopian future is so important that they don't even tell you what happened in the trailer. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. It is apparently, I guess, pseudo-COVID related, I'll say. Maybe it's a disease. So the thing to me is, if the world does end and we're scrounging around the radioactive waste looking for old movies, oh look, there's an old movie here. I think this will play in the DVR. We got back at camp. Oh, let's take it. And we get it back to camp, and then it's Lazareth. We're watching it, laughing because it's a bunch of actors pretending like they're surviving. Ah, look at these guys. Wow, how do they have that? How do they have clean glasses? That's weird. That's weird. Look how clean everybody is. They seem to have haircuts. How did that happen? Why doesn't everybody have beards? Who's mowing the grass? Right? We'll be picking apart the details in the radioactive waste, like, oh, why is she wearing that? That ain't going to do you any good. Yeah, you need the real gas mask that we got in the Army surplus store. So, yeah, this looks very much like someone wrote this during a certain medical emergency. Said, oh, what if this lockdown never ends and then I never get to meet a boy? Oh, let's do that. So first act, they're living in Lazareth. That's the name of their little retreat. It's not even a town. It's just a house. Ashley Judd with her 2 daughters who have never been to the big city. And she goes alone to the big city by herself. And then when she comes back, they have to decontaminate her truck and her raincoat. Yeah, her raincoat will give her lots of protection, I'm sure. Because, I don't know, because no one on this movie has an understanding of how viruses or germs work, I guess. So, but I guess they have tons and tons of disinfectant at Lazareth, like so much that they're able to wash down a truck with it. I mean, maybe it's just soap. But anyhow, this guy Owen shows up in the second act, and the girls take him in because he's injured, but they come to find out he escaped the camp or town or whatever it is. I think it's Seattle. Yeah, you should escape Seattle, by the way. Seattle's almost like it is in this movie, a dystopian nightmare. Anyhow, he escaped, and I guess he ripped off the warlords who are running the town, who are also handsome young men, by the way, it seems. And then I don't know, he takes her to the camp at some point, takes her to Seattle at some point, and she feels betrayed, or I don't know if he actually betrays her. Probably doesn't. Probably falls in love with her. Probably maybe it was initially some kind of ruse and that he had done some terrible thing to survive. But, it probably goes back and forth during the course of the second act. Like, is he good? Is he not? But in the end, true love prevails. She ends up with Owen. Ashley Judd probably dies, sacrificing herself to save her daughters, I'm guessing. And they all live happily ever after in Lazareth, or maybe they burn it down and have to build another. And it's all a metaphor for the mother letting go so her daughters can live their life in this case, the dystopian future of Seattle. So, would I watch it? Nah, I'm not really feeling it. Feels, feels like you should tell me what wiped out humanity. Feels like that's an important part of the story you're kind of just glossing over. Oh, it's dystopian times. Well, what happened? It doesn't matter. Then this boy comes to camp. Well, yeah, but what happened? It doesn't matter. There's a boy. Yeah, but is it a disease? Was it nuclear war? What happened? What exactly happened? Why aren't you showing me? It doesn't matter. It's years later. It's dystopia. That's what it feels like. Like, just get past it. We have to get to the drama and the love story. Yeah, you shouldn't just glom over that, especially if you're going to market it as a sci-fi thriller. You should tell us in one sentence. It just takes one sentence. After the collapse of society due to virus and illness and war. Something like that. At least if you told us that, it gives you a rough idea of why Ashley Judd has her homemade pandemic outfit on. And would it do any good? Right? Because this is the movies too. I mean, it could be zombies. Could have been zombies. I don't know. I was hoping it was zombies. Or, to be honest, I was really hoping for zombies. Again, I don't know what's going on with her face. Man, her face looks weird. It's like part of her face is young. She must have had some work done. And it only took on part of her face. So, I don't know. Their clothes are nice, so I guess the disaster wasn't that many years ago, but her girls have never been to the city. So you got to figure it's like, she's got to be like 18-ish in that neighborhood. So it's almost 2 decades. It's a long time. How are you making your clothes? How are you making your clothes during that time? How did you have clothes to even fit her? She was probably a little kid when everything went down. Why aren't her clothes in tatters? Why aren't her clothes like kind of very ramshackle? Oh, right, it's a movie. We want them to have nice clothes. Yeah, I'm just not feeling this one. I don't know. Doesn't seem good. So I wouldn't say it. Yeah, I wouldn't say it. Unless, maybe the nerds come out with, oh my God, you're missing it, dude. It's the most amazing movie ever. I don't know. Maybe it's just a bad trailer. You never know. Let's read the write-up. Lee protects her orphan nieces, Imogen and, what is that, Mauve? Maeve? From a self-destructing world, raising them in isolation even until an outsider threatens their peaceful existence. Well, that could happen in 2024. So maybe it is. Maybe it's just like 4 years into the future. Yeah, I don't. This just seems done. Burn it. Your rubber gloves and your face mask. Yeah, burn it. If we have all this disinfectant for the truck, why don't we just wash it and reuse it? We don't have many of these. Burn it. In the bucket, the very clean bucket, because we've clearly never done this before. You see all the weird details I noticed? Yeah. I notice things. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. If you can find a more based take, I say, take it. I will be at the Lakewood Historical Society on Saturday at 2 p.m. But before that, I'll be at OCCon in the morning. Won't be there very long, probably about 2 hours. And then I got to hop in the car and go to Lakewood. But on Sunday, I'll be there all day. The OC Comic Con, it's totally rocks. Totally having a good time at OC in Ocean City, New Jersey on the Music Pier. Hope to see you there. See you in the next one.